Oh, yeah. Hey, I'm just going to give you just a second before. I have to share this story. Are Margaret and Leroy here? Margaret and Leroy. I just have to share this. When Nathan approached puberty, I made a pretty bad mistake as a father, you know, by affirming something, and the way I affirmed it the truth will come out. But okay, so Nathan showed me his newfound hair on his body, okay, and so I told him, I said, "You're a man, okay, you're a man," and so Margaret and Nathan got into a little bit of an argument one afternoon. Margaret is one of Nathan's caretakers, and she has been very, very instrumental in his life. Adopted grandma. And so Nathan and Margaret were in his room. Actually, they were, sorry, Ben, they were in your room, Ben. You were gone, and Nathan wanted to use one of your high-tech video systems to watch an R-rated movie. And Margaret said, "No, you cannot watch this movie." Well, Nathan said, "No, I'm a man." And Margaret said, "No, you're not a man." Little did she know what a huge mistake she was making. Because he then, after this went back and forth probably 3 or 4 times, to finally he said, "I'm just going to have to show her." Poor Margaret was horrified. That was, and Pam says that's enough.
How do I follow that?
Okay.
Well, Nathan was one of my best pals, and he had a lot of gifts in my mind. And one of the things I'd like to share with you is I really believe that Nathan had a gift of reconciliation. He had this ability to help people work out stuff just by who he was. You know, you think of a flower just is, it exists, it grows because that's what it was created to do. And Nathan was that kind of kid. He just was. He was what he was created to be. And one time, he was at my house. And Serenia and I, Wawa, were in a disagreement. We were going somewhere, the 3 of us, and we were going at it. And I finally got mad, so I said, "Come on, Nathan, let's go." So we got in the car, and we were driving down the road. And about, I don't know, a mile down the road, he goes, "Go back, bad girl." And I said, "I'm not going back. She made me mad, Nathan." He goes, "Go back, say sorry." And I was like mad, but I knew he was right. I knew I was wrong, and I needed to go back and make it right. And so I turned the car around, and I drove up to the house, and he opened my door and helped me get out of the car. We walked up to the door. He rang the doorbell, and Serena came to the door, and he goes like this. He goes, "Well." So I said, "Nathan told me I had to say I'm sorry." So I said I was sorry. And she said she was sorry, and then, well, actually, then he looked at her and went, like, "Okay, now what are you going to do?" And so then we all 3 got in the car and went where we were going. But he did that so many times, and I even saw him when he was laying in the hospital bed. I saw reconciliation in the hospital, in the hallway between some of my family members. It was beautiful. I just really believe that Nathan, that gift is going to continue, and people will be reconciled to Christ. They'll be reconciled to each other through Nathan's life and his death.
Thank you so much.
Actually, I got a call today. Connie Peters wrote a beautiful poem, and I believe it's from God through Connie to the Vredevelts, and I want to read it. It's called "The Wonder Is Not in the Why." Blankets of mercy came down from heavenly sky as divine breath brought life into Nathan's soft cry. Over whispers of worry, wonders and whys, there was peace in the garden and angels dancing nearby. On his head dripped the honeysuckle, fragrant of glory, as this child wrapped in miracles brought his precious life story. Constant grace lay upon him from without and within. A new heart for exploring was about to begin. Young eyes that did marvel, revelations so clear, the communion of angels whispering soft in his ear. Designed and disclosed for only Nathan to hear. With the world all around at a clamoring pace, he traveled his own path with no time to waste. And with his family and friends, even those he'd just met, he delighted in sporting his own personal skit. Disarming and quick, with a tease and a wit, he created an entrance no one would forget. His passion and worship, all sparkle and blaze, with fire and fervor and composed just his way, was a symphony scored for only heaven's display. Comrades at his shoulder or with few friends by his side, Nathan loved to explore all that nature provides. There wasn't the time for the questions or whys. He had a mission to conquer. He must hasten his stride. Emboldened and confident, even exploring new lands, his heart was imprinted by nail-scarred hands. A portrayal of love in every sense of the word. Nathan's life is never ending, we can rest assured. It's in the beauty of all nature, in the forests of fir, in the Irish green meadows, in the flocks and the herds. We are taught from his life, God wants us free. Let Nathan's humility bring us all to our knees. The questions still linger as we say our goodbyes. God's answer from heaven, the wonder is not in the why.